What's a young actress and teenage role model to do when she finds out she's facing her own unplanned pregnancy? If you're familiar with the TV show Zoey 101, you are most likely familiar with its lead actress, Jamie Lynn Spears, also known as Britney Spears' younger sister. So the show premiered in 2005 when Jamie Lynn was just 13 years old, and she was such a fun role model to other young girls. However, Jamie Lynn shocked the country when in 2007, when she was 16 years old, she announced that she was pregnant. So it was not a planned pregnancy. She was a teenager, obviously. And so she was totally in the public's eye. And talk about loneliness. The network distanced itself from her, the paparazzi, the tabloids swooped. And so she chose to back off a little bit, and she went back to live at home in Mississippi. And some people might see that as a failure, but Jamie Lynn actually has a very different perspective on that. So when Jamie Lynn moved back to Mississippi, she wanted to have a little bit more privacy as she was learning how to be a mom. And she does not sugarcoat how she really had to grow up. She said, "I was a child having a child. I had to grow up fast and figure out how to do it on my own." So while most people were thinking about prom and graduation, Jamie Lynn was focusing on, how do I mother this baby? So in the midst of this, instead of collapsing under pressure from the whole country having their eyes on her, she allowed this time to really learn who she was. And she allowed this time to learn what her identity was. Was it in being an actress? Was it in being a mom? And so she was able to even come back into the spotlight a few years later, after she had really gotten secure in who she was. And she was able to come back and do what she loved by being a country songwriter and singer. And since then, she's even been able to get back into acting. And she was able to use that time of being a little bit more quiet and not allowing the world to define her, to learn who she really was. And that meant being a mom and being able to pursue her career as she learned who she was a little bit more. So if you're facing an unplanned pregnancy and it feels like everybody has their eyes on you, know that you have a good future in front of you. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to check out our next video about another teenager whose pregnancy actually became political talking points all over the world.